What's up, guys? Today we're opening an entire booster box of OP11. I'm so excited to get into this. There's so many really good pulls that you can get from this set, including two really cool Gear 5 Luffy's. But without further ado, let's get right into this. Oof, take a quick second. Let's check this thing out. You see, it already doesn't have the wrap. I actually got this from the official One Piece store, so that's why they break the seal on everything. I've said that a couple of times, but for those of you that don't know, and this is your first time on the channel, the official One Piece stores, most of them, if they're doing it right, they will go ahead and just break the seal off of the booster box. Resale market's getting crazy. One Piece is absolutely blowing up. So as you can imagine, the hype is crazy and people are going in there and grabbing everything, which is it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. The reason I'm saying that is because I used to be able to walk into the One Piece store around me and be able to get a booster box easily whenever. It was like something I always did. I enjoyed doing it. Now it's not easy. Like when I went to get my booster box of OP13 that I went to open, there was like 5 or 6. Okay, we got a Helmeppo. There was like 5 or 6 booster boxes of OP13 just sitting there. And then I always go once in a while, just to get booster boxes, just to get stuff to rip and see what they have new, if they have new cases and stuff like that, because I really do enjoy getting a cool deck box and stuff like that. Went in there, the guy looked at me, he was like, oh, a Lucky Root. Okay, Altar. Oh wait, is this an Altar? This is weird because it doesn't actually have an Altar marker on there. Or maybe something, I don't understand something about this one. Nonetheless, a super sweet card. All right, that's actually gorgeous. Oh, let's take another second in that. Sweet, that's a sweet card. But yeah, I used to be able to go whenever and grab a booster box like nothing. I went and the guy himself over there was like, no, we make 100% sure we break the seal on everything, because he's like, the last 3 weeks or so, a Sanji. I love a cool Sanji card. He's like, listen, 3 weeks ago, you're not. So like in the last 3 weeks, it's been impossible to keep stuff on the shelves. And to put it like this, at one point, you could go in there and they would let you buy 2 to 3 booster boxes per set of every set. No ifs, ands, or buts. Guy goes over there now, and I'm like, well, what are the limits now? And it's, as you can imagine, all of the cool sets, or all of the sets with like really big hits. I like this card. I like that whole "They Believe in Me" manga panel. That's cool. I'm gonna leave that up. You gotta appreciate stuff like that. That's cool stuff. Yeah, he was just telling me like, nah. So like OP13, there was none. I wanted to get another box of OP13 because we had such a great pull. We had such great pulls in general from the first box we got from there. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to rip another box. And you know, that's me being mindful and understanding that. Hibari, that's a cool one. I really like that art. Come on, zoom in on there. Let's get it in on there. There we go. That seems like such a detailed, cool art. By detail, what I mean about that is, hold on, let me take another second to appreciate this art, guys. Look at all the shadowing in that artwork from the leaves and stuff. It really makes that card pop. That's actually a really beautiful card. Granted, I did, when I went, I'm like, all right, I already understand the market. I already understand how things are going, as is with the One Piece world. So in my head, I'm just like, all right. I checked stock online, because they post their own stock online, and checked it, and it had some on Monday, So in my head, I'm like, okay, usually you can walk in there on a Tuesday, you're good. Wednesday, Thursday, nah, pretty sold out. And then I've gotten some really good pulls from OP11. We got that really dope Stussy card. So I'm like, all right, we've had good luck. There was like a few of these left, 2 or 3. I go to grab it. I ask for 2 of them. Oh, okay, we got the secret Kobe. That's a really nice card. That's a really nice card. Hold on, let me make sure. Dang, we're getting some pulls. We're getting some banger pulls right now. But yeah. I wanted to grab 2 of these, but they told me like, listen, now there's a limit. Those are 1. So it was like OP13's 1, OP11 is 1. You won't find OP9 realistically. OP9 and 10, you're not finding them even in that store. But yeah, it's just crazy how they've put those limits on stuff. Well, I guess it's not crazy. It's good because more people get it. But yeah, they've been very particular about it, which is good for people. Charlotte Katakuri. Oh, why did I think there was something else? All right. But it makes sense why this specific set, why OP11 has gone crazy. There's so many good cards in this set. Like I said, we got the Stussy, the crazy Stussy art, and Monkey D Garp. This is actually a really cool Garp card too. Using his hockey in there. But in the comments, how do you guys feel about that? About, for example, like the One Piece store put in set limits on only specific sets. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? I know Walmart's put limits, which has helped me in store grab a lot of stuff. Kuzan. But I will say, there have been a couple of times where I've had really good chance to get some really good stuff, like at Walmart. And there's sometimes the limits kind of hit me, and I've been kind of upset about the limit myself, because I went to Walmart, right, recently, and they had a ton of OP13 packs. And man, I've wanted to rip a good amount of them. I wanted to see if I could get a good amount. Capone, a good amount of them, just because I wanted to open, like, if I could, like 50 sleeved packs for the channel. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, something you guys would like to see. I wanted to open just 50 sleeve packs, and then we go at it and we see what we get. But I got hit with the 5 limit. So come on, zoom in. There we go. So it's not going to be very easy to do something like that. Katakuri. Katakuri has such a cool art, in my opinion. I know right now too, the One Piece market is going nuts. Absolutely nuts. Do you guys, let me know, do you guys think that it is going to stay like this? Do you think it has a ton of room to grow? I think it's going to keep going up. I forget who did I see. I mean, look, there was Tom Brady in a One Piece store, right? In a One Piece shirt, which makes sense. Tom Brady owns card shop. So to me, that makes sense. It's like, all right, you're hyping up your own card shop in a way, right? But you know what I saw recently? Mr. Beast. Ooh, that's a cool leader. Mr. Beast himself actually had changed his, I think it was his Twitter icon. Changed his Twitter icon to Luffy. So it's like, at the rate this is going, it's crazy. I think that there's a lot of room for it to grow. I still think Zeus Zeus is has such a cool art. Whenever I see Zeus, I think of Valentine's, like Valentine's Day. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. I feel like Pokemon's always going to be king, but I do feel like One Piece has a lot of area, um, and maybe it'll get dethroned. You know, I'm not even as I'm saying Pokemon's always going to be king. Part of me's like the new generation, this generation, my generation, and the generations coming up. This is what they're growing up on. This is what I grew up on, right? I mean, Pokemon too. Like it's crazy. Pokemon's doing its 30th anniversary. 30th 30th anniversary. Guess what? I'm about to be 32. So my whole life has been Pokemon. And I remember my first ever, let's crash this wedding, my first ever Pokemon card that I had, base set Magic card. And I remember it was not anything special whatsoever. And I just remember it because my cousin gave it to me. She had a bunch and she just gave me one. And that's my first introduction to the TCG, Pokemon TCG. Vince Smoke. Now, if you ask me though, for me at least, I won't say anymore, but I know at first it was without a doubt my favorite TCG. I won't say anymore because I try to get in it, but it's a little bit crazy. My favorite TCG playing of all time is actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was so fun until oh yes, check out this leader, guys. Oh, what a gorgeous card! That purple pops. Katakuri alt art, leader alt art. What a gorgeous card! I think this is actually my first leader alt art ever. Actually, yeah, I think this is my first ever leader alt art. Katakuri, the beast. But yeah, then after the original sequence of Yu-Gi-Oh ended and they started adding a lot of different phases into the card game, I kind of, to be fair, it was also when I was entering like high school, so my interests also shifted a lot in general, but it was like it wasn't a hype for me anymore. But I have heard, this is something crazy, Pokemon's going to do full art cards soon. I mean, not Pokemon, sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're doing numbered cards. So do you guys think that puts Pokemon, I mean, keep freaking, does that put Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the mix? As far as value wise, TCG's always been in the mix, but as far as like collector wise, do you think that puts, ooh, that's a really cool card. Do you think that puts collectors back in the mix? I don't know. I think maybe. I think it might bring collectors in the mix because they're also doing numbered cards from my understanding, which whenever people start numbering cards, that's when you put a lot of collectors in the mix. Like I remember with Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering put out those numbered Chocos. People went nuts. The value was crazy. People wanted those one of ones. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I think for sure it'll be interesting. Come on. I'm gonna see if I grab some. I've always loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And to get one of the first ever full art of Yu-Gi-Oh! If I get a Blue Eyes, would be amazing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Prints stuff to the ground, so I do not believe that that's going to be a whole value thing. Doubling up on this. That was all of it. Dang, see, this is why I wish I would have been able to grab more of these boxes. Damn, it's the one limit hit me hard, guys. The one limit hit me hard. But we did get some really cool, my first ever leader card. Let's get that in there. First ever leader card. We had a Kobe, gold Kobe, really sick card. And then you see what's so crazy? Maybe oh no, because huh. I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand this. The I gotta look it up. TR. Huh. I think it's pretty. I think oh treasure rare. It's a treasure rare. Duh. Duh. I'm like spacing on it. That's a pretty sick card. But like always, guys, come in. Listen, One Piece is going absolutely insane right now. I feel like you can't get enough of One Piece. And if you guys been following my channel, you know my first ever booster box was OP09. The first ever booster box I opened, and we got a manga. First ever booster box, and that's what's brought me to this point of continuing this journey of making videos. It was that booster box. It was that booster box. It was like, to me, I feel like that was a sign like, okay, first ever booster box, first time recording opening, and we get a manga card. Like, I didn't need any more of a sign than that to say I gotta keep making videos. And that's why we're at this point where we've even made as many videos as we made in. So One Piece TCG holds significant value in my heart for this stuff. So I hope more people get into it. People continue to get into it, and not just for the value of things, because One Piece is such a dope anime. Always has been. But like always, guys, be safe and peace.